How's it going, guys? So today is a really cool day because I took it upon myself to start up kind of my own little goal for myself and for other traders to follow along with. And what I set out to do was grow a $500 Robinhood trading account to $1,000, and it's going to progressively grow from that point. First goal is from $500 to $1,000, and then from $1,000 to $2,000, and so on and so forth. But really, I set out to do this to show other traders, especially beginners, that it is more than possible to start with a small amount of even 500 bucks and grow that up to $1,000. And then you can even set the goal out bigger for yourself and go from 500 to 5,000. Right? But I wanted to take it small and one step at a time because it's always easier to hit smaller goals. When you set yourself out for, maybe $500 to $10,000, that's a pretty big goal, and it could take a long time to get there. So when you break it down into smaller goals, say 500 to 1,000, the picture becomes a little bit easier to kind of grasp and understand. So I think that by starting with $500 and growing it to $1,000 and showing a lot of new traders out there and anybody who follows my YouTube channel that it's possible to do so, and it's going to give people that extra reassurance that you do not have to start off with a ton of money to start trading stocks, especially with the fact that Robinhood platform's available. Okay, you have free commissions, so it's more than easily possible to make it happen, and I want to do that for you guys. I want to show you that it is possible. So each and every week I'm going to go over exactly all my trades that I took, why I took them, why I got in where I got in, and just walk you through all the trades that I take, and I'm going to show you my profit and loss, how much I either went up that day or how much I went down that day, or where I stand at for the week that we're in. Okay, that way we can get a good understanding of where I'm at with my trades and show you exactly step by step how I'm getting from $500 to $1,000. And once that goal is completed, I'm going to start up a new goal that will be $1,000 to $2,000. And then we're just going to go from there. So I really hope you guys like the video. And remember, we always, or at least I always stress that you have to figure out what trading style works best for you. Never go based off exactly what I do. I want you to know that you always have to have a plan. You need to know your risk and reward. You have to have a stop. You got to know your entry points for yourselves. So never trade based on what I do or what somebody else does. You have to trade for yourself. But I'm just here to give you a better understanding of how I trade and the way that I like to trade. And if you would like to implement that style for yourself, that is absolutely perfectly fine with me. But in no way, shape, or form am I here to tell people how they should trade, where they need to buy stocks, what price to get in. I'm here just to give you a better understanding of what I personally like to do and that works best for me. So I hope you guys like the video, and I hope you follow along with my goal and my kind of challenge I've set out to accomplish. Thanks. Alright guys, how's it going? So today was technically the first day of my $500 to $1,000 goal that I've set out for myself, that I hope a lot of you follow along with and try to do so for yourself, especially if you're starting out and you're just a beginner getting into or getting your feet wet with trading stocks. So this was the stock that I traded, and I want to go over exactly why I got in where I got in and why I thought this stock had some potential to make some moves today. And so let's just kind of jump right into it. So like I always say, I always look for stocks that are moving up on high volume pre-market and whether or not they're up, on high percent pre-market. So this one did not meet one of my indicators, which was it was not trading on really high volume, although it was up about 30% or about 20 something percent, 25%, right as the bell opened. So that had me looking at it. The percent move is what made me start watching it. And then I came down here in the right corner of my screen where Thinkorswim allows you to look at recent news. And this morning they did have news out there, which basically, I'm not going to read it for you, but basically stated that this company just got approved for a new product release that was going to be very beneficial in the medical world. So it had good news being released, and that's why the stock was starting to move in the morning. So I'm like, okay, this could be a potential player for the day. So as soon as the market opened, I jumped in on the stock. Now, I try and stress it's not always the best idea, not all the time, but it's very risky to jump in as soon as the bell rings on the first candle because you really don't know what's going to happen. But myself, I did jump in on the first 1 minute candle of the day as soon as the market opened. Like I said, I tried to not do it, but today I had a pretty strong idea that the stock was going to move up right out of the gate based on the amount of move that it's already made in pre-market and based on the fact that it had really good news out for it, okay? With that being said, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so as soon as the bell rang, I watched the stock open and then it broke above its 9 moving average and it broke above the volume weighted average price. So those are both some good indicators. And I'm going to move my news thing. And if I look down right as the market opened, this thing had strong, some green volume, some strong volume, and it was trading. The MACD indicator was trading above the white line, which basically signals an uptrend. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'll keep a tight stop on it. But as for me, this thing has good news out on it. Their indicators are telling me that it wouldn't be a bad idea to jump in on it. So I jumped in and I actually got my order through. The first order went through at $2.14, and then I ended up selling out at two. What did I get out at? I got in at 214, and I sold out at $2.21, which is right here on this candle. I missed a good chunk of the move, but when I sold out, I was looking at my level 2 scanner, and to me, honestly, I felt that it was going to start selling off. So I jumped out and I took the profits while I could have. Yeah, I could have waited. I could have waited a little bit longer and made some more, but that's okay. I'm trading with a $500 account. I already had a little bit of profit. I didn't want to risk losing it. The level 2, when I was watching it, it told me that it might have been a good time to sell, so I did, and I locked in my profits, and it's a winning trade, and I can't be discouraged about that. And I believe that trade put me up somewhere close to 3% on the day. Then we moved up, and then we sold back down. And now I got back in on the trade, so I traded this twice. I got back in on this trade right here. Once I seen it bounce and hit this resistance, or sorry, this support level, and then I bought back in. Now this green line was my support level on the day, but basically the support level that I drew was on the previous high of the pre-market. So once it came down and touched here, I drew a support line to see if it was going to hold, and sure enough it held, and then we started moving back upwards. The stock crossed over the orange line, which is my 20-day moving average, and then as soon as it broke through the 9-day moving average, which is the blue line, and I looked back down here and seen that the lines are starting to crisscross or come towards crossing, I'm like, you know what? I think we're going to move back up off the bounce. So sure enough, I bought in and my order ended up getting through on this guy, on this trade, at $2.19. So I got in right at basically the top of this candle, and then I rode it up until we hit 228, and then I sold out and took my profits, basically because I was up pretty high, and I wasn't gonna risk losing it. Like I said, I'm trading with a $500 account now. I want to lock in profits pretty soon, as soon as I feel that I've gained enough and that I'm not trying to lose out on the trade. So today overall was a pretty good day. I started off with $500. I'm now sitting up at I'm sitting up a total at somewhere around $535, I think, or $525. So that was a happy trade. I took 2 trades, and I'm currently sitting up 6.87%. I made $33 today. I actually started with a little less than 500. I started with 490. But either way, I'm sitting up $33, and so that's a good trade. Good 2 trades for the day, and I'm very happy with that. And if you would like to see, I'm going to exit out of this guy or shorten it down. Well, not this one too. And this one. Okay. So here is my Robinhood portfolio home screen. And as you can see today, I sit at 525.48. I went up $33.76 on 2 trades. They got me 6.87%. So that was a really, really good start to my my little goal I have set out for myself. And if I go into my market orders right here, we have, they're all right here. Got into 14, then I was out. So overall, it was a good trade. and I'm happy with the day. And I hope that helps you guys realize that just by taking small trades and hitting little base hits, that you can definitely grow a small account. And I feel that it's not going to take me very long to reach the $1,000 goal that I've set for myself if you just be very consistent and patient with your trades, listen to your indicators, and just keep learning as you go, and you should have no problem hitting that $1,000 challenge. So that's my video for today, and I hope you guys like it.